loved your country from the day one. My best memories of India are all these 26 years. The presidency of India in G20 is very important. During these 5 years, I observed really the growing importance of India. Phir Milenge, Bharat Phir Milenge. My tenure is more than 5 years, and during these 5 years, the relationship grew stronger, and now we are more connected. We have more economic cooperation, and the people-to-people relations are stronger. We have been through some very difficult times during the COVID pandemic, but we show the solidarity, and we show how we can work together to fight the global problems. Also, the Russian aggression against Ukraine. Poland condemned the Russian aggression from the day one, and we are helping Ukraine. We stand with Ukraine. And in the first weeks of the Russian aggression, Poland helped to evacuate around 6,000 Indian students from the Russian aggression against Ukraine. It was in the frames of the operation of Indian government called Operation Ganga, and Polish authorities and society showed all kind of support, and the Indians were welcomed with open heart.
So where does the trade and economic relations stand between the two countries now?
So last year we had a record high turnout of trade exchange, more than 4 billion USD. Also our connectivity is much better. A lot of Polish airlines, they operate to Delhi and Mumbai, and we want to expand this connectivity even further.
So you call yourself as an specialist of India. What are the best memories that you have here and will take along with you?
My relationship with India is 26 years. I first came to India in 1997 as a tourist. Then I loved your country from the day one. I started learning Hindi and started being interested in the culture and in the history, politics. Then I became a scholar. I'm a specialist in India in political science. And my best memories of India are all these 26 years.
So there are few cities, I believe, that are named after Guru Maharaja in Poland. If you can talk about the cultural relationship between India and Warsaw?
There are a few places, not cities, places in Poland named after good Maharajas, because during the Second World War, India hosted around 6,000-7,000 refugees from Poland. The camp for children was in Jamnagar, Gujarat, and the camp for adults was in Kolhapur, Maharashtra. Both these cities are very important for us. We have visited them many times, and the good Maharajas are commemorated in Poland in many places. One of them is the high school in Warsaw, named after Maharaja of Jamnagar, Jamsaheb Digvijay Singh Ji, and I'm the graduate of this school. Also, we made 2 big events, one in Jamnagar and one in Kolhapur. We brought the people who were there as children, and now they came to India to commemorate the good deeds of Maharajas.
So you mentioned about Russia-Ukraine war as well. If you can speak about the Operation Ganga, where Indian students were evacuated. Also, how do you see India's role in this conflict?
We condemned Russian aggression from the day one. We still condemn it. We have seen that Russia is responsible for death and destruction and war crimes. And we are helping Ukraine with all that we have. We received a few millions of Ukrainian refugees. We also provide them weapons, humanitarian aid, all kind of support. And the Operation Ganga was a success. Via Poland, around 6,000 Indian students were evacuated, and the Polish authorities and society gave all kind of support for this evacuation.
So in terms of connectivity, what can be more done between Warsaw and India?
There are flights operated by lot Polish Airlines to Delhi and Mumbai, and we hope that in the next years this connectivity will be even more. The number of Indians in Poland is growing also, and Indian culture is becoming more and more popular in Poland, especially Indian cuisine. In Warsaw alone there are 112 Indian restaurants.
Yeah. So how do you see India's help to Polish refugees during Second World War?
So in 1939, Poland was invaded by Germany and Soviet Union. The eastern part of Poland was invaded by the Soviets, and a few 100,000 of Poles were deported to Soviet death camps in Siberia. And then, after 2 years, they were released, and the Polish government in exile made a big operation to get them out of Soviet Union. They ended up in Iran, and then the Polish government in exile was looking for some places to put them in some shelters, and two Indian Maharajas, they offered help, the Maharaja of Jamnagar, Gujarat, and Kolhapur, Maharashtra. We are very grateful for this, and we also showed that during very hard times, it was the Russian invasion against Ukraine, we also helped the Indians to get out of this war.
So India is currently the chair of G20 and SCO. It comes at a very crucial time. What are your expectations from India's chair?
The presidency of India in G20 is very important for India, but also for the world. Now the world is facing many problems. After we overcame the COVID pandemic, we see the Russian aggression against Ukraine, which causes not only death and destruction in Ukraine, but also global problems for all the world, which is the price rise, the inflation, and the insecurity in terms of energy, and all the possible negative effects. And G20 is a forum that deals with these problems, and India, as its current leader, has a big role to play, and also it shows the growing importance of India. I can say that during these 5 years I observed really the growing importance of India in international relations, but also I have seen a lot of developments happening in India in terms of infrastructure, economy, and all kinds of progress.
So my last question, if you can describe your tenure here in India in Hindi, and also your going, so if you want to say anything in that.
तो हम मैं और मेरी परिवार यहाँ 5 साल से ज़्यादा रहते थे, और ये समय तो हमारी ज़िंदगी, हमारे जीवन के लिए बहुत बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है, और हमारे याद में हमेशा रखेगा. Thank you, धन्यवाद. Phir Milenge, Bharat Phir Milenge.